Good evening, my loves. Good evening. This is Spiritually Savage coming at you. I am sending you some peace of mind, some love. If no one told you on this day that people around the world are giving thanks and getting around family and friends and loved ones, and really just an excuse for us to get together, right? And enjoy each other and eat some good food. Hopefully it's healthy, you know? And so as I'm laying here in the dark and the house finally got emptied of its last guest, and I'm thinking and reflecting about my day, and it was a beautiful day. It really was, from the beginning to the end. I ate my mama's stuffing, and she made me a pan, y'all, by myself without any without any chicken sausage. And I ate that last night and finished it off this morning. When I tell y'all, it was like something took over me, and I had to have her stuffing again. And so I ate. The first time it wasn't like a lot of meat in it, sausage. And so I ate a couple of pieces of the chicken sausage. No beef, no chicken. And it's actually from a company that I used to eat a lot, and it's locally made. So, anywho. But then I just started eating the stuffing without the sausage. My mom was like, "So you wasting my sausage?" I was like, "No, it's not going to go to waste," but I did throw it out. But as I'm sitting here reflecting, I was drawn to this. My mama always made some good stuff, and like, I don't even think I come close to her stuff, and I don't even know. And I've watched her make it so many times, but it's so good, y'all. And everybody, my brother tried to steal the pan twice. Literally, I'm talking about pan in hand. Don't whistle at his wife to let's go. Like, seriously, had I not been coming out the room, because my sister was nowhere around, had I not been coming out of my room and seeing him, he didn't even hear me coming out the room and watch him, he'd been out the door. Anyhow, but as I'm sitting here and I'm reflecting on my day, and I journaled it, so one day I'll probably read it in one of my journal entry posts. But I'm reflecting, and I'm like, and I need you guys to understand, overstand, and understand. If you've watched any of my videos, I know I've talked about pain and healing and black magic and family and friends and lovers and things like that, right? I know I have. But I need you guys to understand, overstand, understand that up until the point that I had awakened, I was naive to a lot of what was going on around me and to the people. And so I was in happy bliss. I really was. I took people as they were, and up until they did something to me, which, hindsight 2020, I realized that was incorrect, because if they'll do it to somebody else, then they'll do it to you. So that's I had to readjust a credo of mine. But anyhow, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, my childhood was bomb. Like, I know anybody looking on the outside, looking in, and if you were to get my zip codes of where I stayed at, you would think that I was hard pressed. Or if you hear my mom tell her story about her husband who was killed, and she was left to raise 3 young children, and he was abusive to her, you'd be like, oh my gosh. But I never there was never a reason for me not to believe and not to have fun. Like, I lived my childhood, I lived my teen years, I lived my 20s. It really wasn't until like 30 when things started to go crazy, and it was like the first time I needed help around that time. And then the people that I had helped up until like 30 when I wasn't capable just scattered, and I was confused, but I was so willing and determined, y'all, to figure out what happened. And up until what I say about a year or two ago, when I made I made phone calls in front of my homegirl at the time, who found I realized, was uh, just anyhow, no more energy there. But I'm like, I even made phone calls like to each one, like, yo, what's going? Is there anything? And it just went left. It went left. So I'm like, there's nothing for me to do. But up until that point, I was happy go lucky, and I still am happy go lucky, but there is a keen awareness now, and I can never go back to the other me. Like, it is impossible. I remember who she is, and like when I got up today, I was so thankful. I was so thankful, y'all. Y'all just don't even understand. This is the holiday that I celebrated. Like, out of all the holidays, this was the one, now that I have a deeper knowledge of what goes on in this matrix, it no longer holds the same value to me. However, last year was the first year that I did not cook. Not only because I was on the vegan, but because I was withdrawing energy, and I recognized, the appreciation value had declined. So but when I recognized last year that no one thought about me, not even a salad or anything like that, I wound up cooking my own vegan Thanksgiving dinner last year. And so this year, I wasn't going to do the same thing, but I did open up my mouth, and I got some stuff in. The greens wound up being spoiled, so I didn't get any greens, and so there was some cabbage made in its place, which I did taste the cabbage, but I ate my mom's stuff, and that's all I had. And I had a little bit of mashed potatoes, but I didn't have no macaroni and cheese. I didn't have anything else, and of course I got some cake. Of course, I got some cake. But as I'm sitting here reflecting, I'm like, if I had not awakened, y'all, I would not have known what had been going on in and around me with the people that I love and hold dear and trusted. I would not have known. So I know why some people say don't awaken your third eye, because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. Because just because you are aware doesn't mean that they are aware, and you can have a conversation with people to know where they are at mentally, spiritually, emotionally, okay? You can. And so that's basically why I don't argue anymore, because when people say you're not on my level, I don't think they mean it. Some people mean it derogatively, but in my head, that's exactly how I'm thinking, because it's like, where I'm coming from, you're not coming from. You're not going to see it. And I get it. But today I was reflecting, and I was like, I didn't look back on my childhood and was like, oh, I was deprived. Oh, I was poor or middle class. Oh, we struggled. Oh, I did not. I really didn't. I really did not. That bubble, that glass wasn't shattered until late 20s, early 30s, when I overheard a conversation. And it was like, what? I mean, it was like, It was like somebody took a hammer, and you know how the glass ceiling, and it's one of them glass ceilings where you see your reflection, and it was like somebody took a hammer and hit it in the middle, and it just shattered like a spider's web. Like, it was just the prettiest thing. That's how I felt. But it was an ugly pretty. It was ugly pretty. And after that, it was like the onions start peeling back. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that it only really hurts because you are awakened. And the people that are around you, you want to be awakened as well, but it may not be designed for them to do so at this moment and at this time. So it is time for you to go. It is time for you to leave wherever God is telling you to go. And 9 times out of 10, it's a solo trip, which, if you're anything like me, you're breaking away from codependency, but it's a false codependency. You hear what I'm saying? Because they are not people that you could even depend on, and you see that, you know that, you feel that, you sense that, and you have proof of that given your interactions with whomever you are thinking about at this very present moment that I'm talking, whoever you've been thinking about this entire time that I'm talking, then that is who I'm talking about. And the thing is that on this journey, you're going to go through stages of grief, and at some point you're going to blame them. But then you will come to the understanding, and understanding that you too at some point was asleep. Remember? And it is only you that have awakened to the truth of who you are and what has been going on in the spirit world, and how it shows up and manifests in your waking world here. And you start noticing about the narcissistic traits, and you start noticing about gaslighting, and you start putting 2 to 2 together. But if you go back to the beginning, they are only playing a part in your movie, and they are following a script. And until they awaken, they will continue to follow the script. And the way you awaken is by dealing with your crap. So depending on what people have gone through in their lives, some may not be equipped to handle the deep dive that going into what the spiritual world says is the dark night of the soul. That's what that is. It's facing the demons that are within you. We are light and we are dark, but I ignored the dark. Not so much within myself, because I was ever evolving, but I suppressed the dark. I didn't ignore it. I suppressed it. Big difference. I acknowledged it was there. I had conversations with it, but I suppressed it because I had rose-colored glasses. That's what rose-colored glasses do. It gets you to ignore the red flags and the signs of danger, danger, danger. And it gets you to see past it. But the one thing about it is, when you ignore signs on the road, you wind up getting into trouble. Okay? Same thing in life. But today was a good day. It really was. I shed tears, but they were tears of joy. They weren't tears of loneliness. They were tears of like, you did a good job. When I watched them eat breakfast, well, I didn't watch them eat breakfast, but when I came out after breakfast was done, and I had a proud moment when I seen the Texas toast for the French toast. So, it was like, do I wish they would have taken this journey with me? Yeah, because I now know that eating like that was a hazard to our mental stability. But, that's not my journey to take them on. That is definitely a spiritual journey. I can only help those that want to help themselves. So, even if anybody came to me, later on in life, I don't know. Of course, I would have to talk to God about it. But anyway, that was just a quick message. I hope you guys had a good day today, no matter what it was, whether you gathered with people or you spent time alone and everything in between. I hope you found a reason to smile, a reason to laugh today, no matter what. And the crazy part about it is that, so earlier today I was feeling emotional, but it wasn't because of anything crazy. And then I went outside and saw synchronicity, and the emotions just overflowed because it was just like, yo, that was such a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. And I was just like overjoyed, flood of emotion. And so, of course, I just went and journaled about it. But it just felt good to even just see where I was at last year and the year before that, to know how far I've come this year. Because it's nothing personal. You see what I'm saying? I could still be asleep. That was the takeaway from this video. And apply it to your life, however it may apply. Think about it. If you were asleep, you wouldn't know what was going on. And the people that you still love, you would still be resonating at the same frequency as them, and you would still be blinded and accepting behavior. You are the one that changed. You have to accept that they haven't changed. So when they were like, yo, sis, yo, bro, you changed, you like, yeah, I did. But it's not a good thing and it's not a bad thing. It's just change. That's the thing. But a lot of people fear what they don't understand. Not even that they understand, because you can explain it to them. But it's like whatever they feel about it, they go on that. But yeah, today was a good day. Today was a good day. There were some demons at play, but they didn't get their way. And at the end of the day, everybody got a hug and kiss and sent safely on their way. Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. Now I'm about to drink some water and I'm about to write. Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.